Number 10. Amber lying about having a broken nose. 2 days ago, during a recounting of one of the many fights that Amber and Johnny have found themselves in, Johnny Depp took the stand in Virginia to address the moment he realized that Amber Heard had, quote, flat out lied about breaking her nose during one of their fights. According to Fox, the actor began by explaining how Amber once attacked him in his home office and proceeded to accuse Depp of having broken her nose during the altercation. Immediately after it, Depp recalls Heard saying, quote, "Way to go, Johnny, you broke my nose." However, the actor later admitted that he crept inside her bathroom. Quote, "I pulled the Kleenex out of the trash bin. I inspected it pretty closely and realized it was nail polish, nail varnish." While this isn't a confirmed instance and is more so a personal recount, her lying about having a broken nose would be an extremely substantial situation of horrible and manipulative behavior. Number 9. Amber lying about being hit in an altercation. Another instance of a fight between the former celebrity couple where what Amber says directly contradicts what others who were present in the situation have said. In an instance where a verbal altercation occurred between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, Depp's bodyguard has finally come forward to offer insight into what really happened behind closed doors. The bodyguard, whose name is Malcolm Connolly, took the stand and alleged, quote, "As time went on, I could see them change. I could see Amber change. I could see Johnny getting quieter." When he recounted some instances where he'd heard occasional arguments between the couple, he stated, quote, "I could hear at times in certain accommodations when this thing happened. I could hear Amber screaming. I could hear shouting and bawling, and I could hear it going on. Mostly, I could hear Amber screaming. I'd never seen any slapping or grabbing or punching or hitting, but I did see scratches on Johnny's neck, maybe a fat lip in the corner, maybe a bruising on the eye socket. It was getting more regular. Not every week, but it was definitely happening, yeah." This directly contradicts Amber's narrative that she's never hurt or touched Johnny violently, and for others who aren't involved in your trial to go against your statement is a massive deal. Number 7. The cops at the scene didn't notice a disturbance. In the previous defamation trial that Johnny held against the Sun for them labeling the actor as someone who harms his wife, there were tons of defendants who weren't allowed to take the stand because the trial focused on whether or not the Sun had falsely reported the claim. Although it had to do with Amber, it wasn't necessarily directly about Amber. Now that Johnny is suing her directly, we're hearing about the relationship from a lot of people who weren't allowed to take the stand before. One such case is the LAPD officer who responded to a call about a domestic disturbance at Amber and Johnny's home. While Amber claimed that she had been hit by Johnny, the LAPD officer tells a very different story. He says that he never saw any sign of disturbance, and that Amber looked completely fine, with no bruising or harm done to her face. He also said that Amber has been extremely unhelpful and refused to sign a police report or hand one in for filing. Later on, paparazzi had taken photos of Amber where she had bruises all over her face, so it just doesn't make sense. If the cop said that he didn't see any harm, why then a few hours later was her face all battered up in paparazzi pictures? Number 6. Johnny Depp was away when another domestic fight happened. According to CBC News, when Amber had initially filed for a restraining order against Johnny, she showed up to the courthouse with a bruise on her face. But the evidence seems to point to Amber giving herself the injury because of one small detail. Johnny's lawyer is claiming that she gave herself the injury to ruin Depp's reputation. He proved this by stating that Johnny and Amber hadn't even seen each other for at least 6 days before she was in the courthouse, and the bruises looked way too fresh for 6 days of healing. Johnny was on the European leg of a tour he was doing with his band, the Hollywood Vampires. This means that there's absolutely no way that he could have been the one to hit her. Number 5. Witness calls Amber a liar. On April 13th, the second day after this defamation trial began, one witness to the couple's messy drama, Ike Barak, took to the stand. He's Johnny's friend of 42 years and was called to the stand to state whether he had seen any signs of Johnny doing any harm against Amber. He stated that he never saw Amber being physically hurt despite living next door to the couple. He came close to tears when he described what he called Amber's fraudulent accusations against Depp. He also made sure to state that he liked Amber and considered her to be a friend, but is extremely stressed by the situation in the court. He also stated that he was angry about, quote, phony pictures taken and put in tabloids and the fake narratives and the way Heard got a fraudulent domestic claim to extort and blackmail. There are many people affected by the malicious lie she's created. It's gone out the door and around the world, and I can't even paint anymore. Number 4, a makeup brand may expose Amber for more lies. On the 23rd of April, a makeup brand shocked everyone by entering into the fighting ring with one crucial piece of evidence that seemed to continue to suggest that Amber had been lying about the whole thing. Amber's lawyer claimed that the actress had used a makeup product by Milani Cosmetics to cover up her bruises that Johnny had given her. The only problem with that claim is that Milani's all-in-one correcting kit was not launched until 2017. As representatives of the brand stated themselves in a TikTok video that has gone explosively viral. The alleged harm occurred between 2012 and 2016. The makeup product would not launch until a whole year after Depp and Heard were divorced. While Heard's attorney didn't specifically name Milani Cosmetics in court, she did hold up the makeup kit in question and said that Amber carried it around in her purse every day to hide bruises. It could be that the attorney was just using the product as an example of the type of makeup Amber would have used, but it's also possibly just another one of Amber's lies to try and make Johnny appear more evil. Number 3, a body language expert seems to peg Amber as using lying techniques. While the science of body language is far from concrete, one body language and behavioral expert is extremely suspicious of the way that Amber conducts herself during the trial. He explained that she frequently has shifty eyes when someone is talking to her. The most likely reason was, quote, condescending lack of interest. You are not important enough to hold my interest. He also states that Amber frequently had defensive body language, such as an aggressive way that she scratched her shoulder to where she nearly knocked off her microphone. Her lawyer's objection to some of the questioning found Heard looking down, indicating that she was thinking about what to say next. Number 2, Amber didn't donate the money to charity like she promised. If we rewind all the way back to the initial divorce proceedings, Amber had stated to the court that she planned to take the $7 million that she made from the divorce case and donate it to the Children's Hospital and a workers' rights group. But a few days ago, a representative of one of the charities testified that his organization only received $1.3 million from Amber, including a $500,000 fund that was tied to Elon Musk, which would not be money from Amber herself. Although $1.3 million is a lot, it is definitely not the $7 million that she had promised to pledge to the charity. Quote, the entire case is really about Amber Heard's credibility. If Heard is going to lie about something easily verifiable, you have to ask yourself, what else is she lying about? Says a journalist covering the court case. Number 1, the phone call that proved Amber had hit Johnny Depp. Although this phone call is nothing new to the court, I'd say that it is one of the most damning pieces of evidence against Amber that catches her in a direct lie. It changed her defense from "I didn't hit Johnny" to "I caused less damage than Johnny." The phone recording is of Amber place-dating Johnny after an argument in which she defends herself. Quote, I can't promise I won't get physical again. I get so mad I lose it. Coming in at number 10, Johnny Depp threw his phone at Amber, causing injury. This is definitely one of the biggest ones on the list. The initial case against Johnny that he harmed Amber physically exploded onto the internet back in 2016 after the former couple got divorced with irreconcilable differences cited as the reason. Although they had initially made a joint statement saying that the divorce was amicable, it very quickly got ugly when Amber filed a restraining order against her former lover. During the case against him, she alleges that Depp threw a cell phone at her during a fight, which struck her in the eye and the cheek, and that he claims he screamed at her, grabbed her face, and pulled her hair. She also submitted a photo of her face all bloodied and bruised. But documents later falsified this claim when LAPD officers who responded to the call during the time of the fight stated that they found no evidence of any crime having taken place. In the current defamation case, Heard's lawyers subpoenaed the LAPD, which basically means they called the cops to court. I guess during these current suits we'll see more of an elaboration on that fight, but as of now that's all we have. Number 9, they both claim that neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. In August 2016, after their divorce had been officially finalized and settled, the pair released another statement saying, quote, our relationship was intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. Fast forward to now, the claims that neither party has made false accusations has been completely turned on its head. Not only that, but financial gain is at the forefront of these cases. Currently, Depp is suing Heard for $50 million, and she is countersuing for $100 million. I'd say that lines the pockets pretty well. Number 8, Amber donated $7 million to a children's hospital. After their divorce was finalized, Amber pledged that she would donate $7 million of the money that she got from Johnny to the American Civil Liberties Union and the Los Angeles Children's Hospital. In 2021, a New York judge partially granted a petition from Johnny to determine whether the donations had actually been made. What was found was that she did not in fact donate the money, but had planned to do so. Quote, my client is still planning to donate one half of her total settlement to the ACLU and the other half to CHLA. And while it is undetermined what those payment schedules may be, she has already made the first payment toward the pledges. She fully intends to continue to give the full $7 million, but she can't do it yet. She will do it when she can. but she has given a significant amount to both. What's the holdup, Amber? Coming in at number 7, Amber Heard wrote her op-ed insinuating that Johnny hurt Amber's career. In the now famous Washington Post opinion piece that Amber Heard wrote that spawned the defamation case, Amber alleged that her divorce from Johnny Depp had practically blacklisted her from Hollywood. Quote, "A movie I was attached to recast my role. I had just shot a 2-year campaign as the face of a global fashion brand and the company dropped me. Questions arose as to whether I would be able to keep my role as Mira in the movies Justice League and Aquaman. In fact, Amber had barely lost any traction. She didn't get her name taken off of Justice League, and she's doing just fine filming for movies as we speak. But Johnny Depp got fired off of Fantastic Beasts, and he's barely been in anything these days. Although Amber cried victim herself, it is extremely apparent that that isn't really the case." Number 6, Amber told the court that Johnny had pushed Kate Moss down the stairs. This claim was basically instantly debunked and shut down by the court. Based on a kind of old rumor, Amber voiced unsubstantiated claims that Johnny Depp had pushed his former girlfriend, Kate Moss, down the stairs after she stood up for her sister during a fight. The lawyer defending Johnny said that she was basically making up accusations as she went along to try and paint him in the worst light possible. Number 5, Amber's sister lied to the court defending Amber herself. The 3rd week of the trial of Johnny Depp against The Sun, a magazine that published a piece calling him a wife harmer, Amber's sister was called to testify for The Sun. Then, the day after her testimony, when she claimed that Amber had never hurt her or harmed her in any way, a video was sent to Johnny's lawyers by an anonymous source which disproves that statement. Depp's lawyers claimed that the video demonstrated that the sister had lied and tailored her testimony to, quote, meet her sister's evidence. The footage in question was a clip from a reality show featuring Amber's sister claiming that, quote, "I can't believe Amber beat your ass." Number 4, he said, she said in the current court cases. One thing is definitely clear. Both Amber Heard and Johnny Depp have harmed one another. Text messages surfaced that show Depp very clearly stated that he wanted to end Amber's life by burning her and doing awful things to her corpse. Meanwhile, we've seen tons of lies on Amber's part in her attempts to cover the own harm that she has done against Johnny, as she continues to claim to only be a victim rather than playing equal parts as the perpetrator in this extremely obviously toxic and insane relationship. Coming in at number 3, Johnny Depp's self-inflicted wound or not? In the 2016 Sun article Libel Trial, Johnny Depp claims that Amber had cut part of his finger off in Australia during a fight when he was there to film a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It was later revealed in a voicemail to his doctor that Johnny had in fact cut his own finger off. The voicemail recording reads, and just so you know, a bunch of this will be bleeped by the way to keep it family friendly, quote, "Hi. Had another one. I cannot live like this. She is as full of shit as a Christmas goose. I'm done. No more. The constant insults, demeaning, belittling, most heartbreaking, that is only released from a malicious, evil, and vindictive but you know what? Far more hurtful than her venomous and degrading, endless educational ranting is her hideously and purposeful, hurtful tirades and her shocking treatment of the man she is supposed to love above all. Her obsession with herself is far more important. She is so ambitious. She's so desperate for success and fame. That's probably why I was acquired. Although she has hammered me with that a sad old man has been I am. I'm so very sad. I cut the top of my middle finger off. What should I do? Except of course go to the hospital. I'm so embarrassed for jumping into anything with her. The world. Although it definitely was after a verbal altercation, Johnny has a history of drinking too much, and it is alleged that he drank way too much that night, had a fight with Amber, and it escalated to an insane degree, with Johnny harming himself after a major depressive bout. Coming in at number 2, Amber may have tried to get her friends to lie for her. In a report that was just posted only moments ago at the time of writing this, Amber Heard's good friend Eve Barlow was kicked out of court for a multitude of reasons. Eve was acting as part of Amber's legal team even though she has no expertise in the matter. It is alleged by the court that apparently she tried to intervene during testimonies from Johnny's witnesses, which is entirely not allowed in a bid to not let the truth come out. She was also very recently kicked out of the courtroom and told not to return because she was live tweeting the processes, which is strictly under lock and key after she was caught on her phone during the proceedings. Quote, Amber had her closest journalist friends sit in the front row with her legal team at the trial, live tweeting, texting, and posting information. Even though the court has continually sided with Amber, that can't look great on her to so obviously be having someone leak information. Coming in at number 1, both Amber and Johnny have stated they never hit one another. Both are proved untrue. Now finally, the biggest one of all, and the root cause of all the legal proceedings going on. Whether or not you side with Amber over Johnny or vice versa, one thing is abundantly clear. No one person is the true victim here. While it was determined pretty early on that Johnny had hit Amber, even if it wasn't nearly as bad as she had alleged, it did happen. There is video evidence and voice recordings of aggression and harm against her. Similarly, however, Amber is the only one with a voice recording genuinely admitting to hitting Depp. In a phone call to Johnny, Amber stated, quote, I can't promise I won't get physical again. I get so mad I lose it. The hit in question was a slap. So when both parties choose to continue to deny any wrongdoing, does that mean that these legal battles will just continue to drag on forever as each person continues throwing accusations at one another with little regard for the truth?
Now that we have heard Johnny Depp's side in court, soon we will be hearing from Amber Heard's witnesses that will support her version of events. Heard has many famous celebrities testifying for her side, and let's get into who they are and what they might say about Johnny and Amber's messy relationship. First up, we got James Franco. Actor James Franco is one of the many witnesses that will be called to the stand on behalf of Amber Heard. The pair first met on the set of the 2008 movie Pineapple Express, where they developed a friendship. That movie was one of the first in her career. According to People, Amber confided in James after an alleged physical altercation with Johnny. While Depp was on the stand talking about the breakdown of his marriage with Heard, he brought up Heard's relationship with Franco and how he believed that she was cheating on him. Along with meeting during the making of Pineapple Express, the pair also worked together on the 2015 movie The Adderall Diaries. Depp claimed he became suspicious of the pair's interactions during a scene he believed that Heard was having an affair. Johnny even admitted that he once confronted Amber about her relationship with James Franco. While the couple was on a flight from Boston to LA, Johnny decided to confront Amber about allegations that she was cheating with Franco. Later, a recording was played by Heard's defense, where Depp was heard saying, quote, I became irrational when you're doing movies. I become jealous and effing weird, and we fight a lot more. Depp also admitted to being insecure while with Amber, as he stated that he got jealous when Heard would go out with other people. James Franco has been long connected to Amber and her messy divorce, but has never made any public statements about where he stands. Although we can assume that he supports her, as they started dating while Amber accused Depp of a Even though Heard denied having a relationship with Franco, that was deemed to be a lie when camera footage of Franco and Heard in an elevator were leaked. Heard brought Franco to her and Johnny's LA penthouse while Depp was away. Franco didn't give evidence or a witness statement, but Heard described the visit in May of 2016. She claimed that she had facial injuries after Depp threw a phone at her after he found feces in their marital bed, which Depp claimed she was responsible for, and we now know that Amber Heard was. With Heard saying in court that Franco made a comment about the bruises on her face, saying, quote, oh my god, what happened to you? He saw my face when I let him in, he saw my face and said, what the? Franco was also asked to testify for Johnny's case because Depp and his team want to confirm that Franco saw bruises on Heard's face when they met up that night. Although Franco agreed to testify, he stated his words must be kept secret, and if they leaked, Depp would be personally responsible. Hopefully we get the full story when Franco is put on the stand in the coming weeks. Next up, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is another celebrity who is testifying on behalf of Amber Heard during her trial because they had a relationship around the time that Amber was accusing Johnny of getting physical with her. The reason Elon has been dragged into this case is because Johnny accused him of having an affair with Amber back in 2020. The accusation was enough to make major headlines at the time. It was never confirmed if the pair cheated or not, but it's clear that Amber and Elon had a romantic relationship. Elon and Amber started dating in the summer of 2016 and were spotted out multiple times in London. In August of 2017, it was reported that Elon had ended their year-long romance. The pair got back together months later, but called it quits yet again months later. A source told Mail at the time, quote, it's all over between Amber and Elon and she's devastated. It was his decision. Apparently the timing between the two was not right. Another source confirmed the breakup and also confirmed that it was Elon's decision to end things. The pair cited their conflicting schedules as what kept them apart. Later, Musk admitted that he was heartbroken from the breakup and even claimed that Heard was more so responsible for the split, revealing, quote, I was really in love and it hurt bad. Well, she broke up with me more than I broke up with her, I think. Musk claimed after the split that he was so heartbroken, he hardly made it through the launch of the Tesla Model 3 event. Adding, quote, it took every ounce of will to be able to do the Model 3 event and not look like the most depressed guy around. For most of that day, I was morbid. Along with having a romantic relationship with Heard, Johnny Depp alleged in court documents that Elon had a quote three-way affair with Heard and model actress Cara Delevingne at Depp's and Heard's apartment in Los Angeles in 2016 while Depp was away in Australia. Although Musk denied this allegation and called Delevingne a friend. Musk has admitted to having dated Heard, but only after she filed for divorce from Depp. When asked about their relationship, Musk further stated, quote, "Also, I wish to confirm again that Amber and I only started going out about a month after her divorce filing. I don't think I was ever even in the vicinity of Amber during their marriage." It's hard to know if there's any more information that Musk has that could be useful to either Depp or Heard, but again, we will be finding out shortly in court. Ellen Barkin is another celebrity who is taking the stand in the defense of Amber Heard. Barkin is an actress who briefly dated Depp many years ago and supports Heard's claims that he can get violent. Depp and Barkin worked together for a brief time in the 1990s, shortly after his split from Winona Ryder. When Barkin and Depp first met in 1998 on the set of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, he had just come out of a long-term relationship with Winona Ryder. After splitting from Ryder, Depp began seeing Barkin. They had a pretty large age gap, with Barkin being 9 years older than Depp. In her deposition in support of Amber, Barkin claims that while she was dating Depp, they got in a fight and he ended up throwing a wine bottle at her, although Depp denies this. He claims their relationship was a casual one and Barkin wanted to be more serious, saying that he believed her accusations were due to a grudge. When speaking about their relationship, Depp recalled meeting her while making Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, adding, quote, "She wanted a proper relationship with me and I did not want that. I didn't feel the same about her as she did me, and I suppose from that moment on, she became very, very angry, and since then, I have not spoken to Miss Barkin, nor has Miss Barkin spoken to me." Obviously, if the story is true, it shows that Johnny has been violent with his partners in the past, and it would add more weight to Heard's allegations. Raquel Pennington. Raquel Pennington is a close friend of Amber Heard's that will be testifying in court that she witnessed bruises and cuts on Heard's body during her marriage to Depp. Deadline reported that Pennington's name was mentioned as Depp recounted a past confrontation with then-wife Heard. Pennington was also present on their wedding day. Pennington is involved in this case because she was neighbors with Heard and Depp while they were living in their downtown LA penthouse apartment. Pennington and Heard have been friends for almost 2 decades, with Pennington even testifying during Johnny Depp's libel case against the Sun newspaper in 2020. During the libel trial, Pennington said that she, quote, "became really scared for Amber's life." Pennington also testified that Heard had, quote, "deep lacerations from her wrists to her elbows, and the soles of her feet had numerous small cuts," adding that Heard still had scars on her arm from the incident. But Pennington did also state that she'd never actually seen Depp hit Heard, so there is some room to think that Amber Heard got these cuts and bruises from someone else other than Depp. And finally, Tassia Van Ray. When Depp first started to allege that Heard was the violent one in their relationship, not him, news that Heard had been violent towards a past partner went viral. While Heard was in a relationship with Tassia Van Ray, she was accused of physical harm in 2009. Heard was arrested by Port of Seattle police on September 14th of 2009 after the former couple got into an altercation at the airport. Apparently Heard grabbed and struck Van Ray's arm. Heard was arrested and then had to go in front of a judge the next day. In the end, prosecutors declined to press charges. Although years later, when the allegations again came to light, Van Ray defended Amber, claiming the altercation was not what was described by police. In a statement issued by Heard's publicist in 2016, Van Ray said that Heard had been, quote, "wrongfully accused," and that the entire incident had been blown out of proportion, claiming the cops had over-sensationalized what happened. Van Ray continued, quote, "I recall hints of misogynistic attitudes towards us, which later appeared to be homophobic when they found out we were domestic partners and not just friends." When speaking about her feelings towards Amber at the time, she continued, quote, "It's disheartening that Amber's integrity and story are being questioned yet again. Amber is a brilliant, honest, and beautiful woman, and I have the utmost respect for her." Although Depp's camp refuted these words, and they claim that many former partners of Amber's came forward to share that Heard with those partners in the past, clearly showing a pattern in her relationships. Heard and Van Ray had started dating in 2008 and later split in 2012, but still remained close friends, with Van Ray speaking out in defense of Amber during the trial. And at number 10, Johnny Depp. I don't think I really have to explain this one all that much, but it's clear that nobody hates Amber Heard more than Johnny Depp. Because of her accusations, which may or may not be true, Johnny's reputation has taken a huge hit, and it's cost him multiple lucrative acting gigs. The exes are currently in court settling their massive defamation lawsuits. Johnny is suing Amber for $50 million, claiming she lied when she accused him of physically her. She's countersuing him for $100 million for defamation, claiming he coordinated a smear campaign against her. A key date in their trial is April 22nd of 2016. On this day, Amber threw a birthday party for herself at their penthouse. Johnny allegedly showed up late and then left, but Amber claims that before leaving, he threw a bottle at her. Then the next morning, Depp got a call from their housekeeper stating that there was poop on his side of the bed. Johnny immediately thought it was from Amber or one of her friends as a way to get back at him. So clearly there's a lot of tension there, and hopefully we get to the truth. In at number 9, Winona Ryder. When Amber Heard first came out against Depp, many of Depp's former girlfriends came to his defense against her, to support Depp's claims that he was never violent with her like she claimed. Winona and Johnny dated from 1989 to 1993, and the pair were very serious, so much so that everyone was convinced they would get married, although they never did. At the time of the allegation, Ryder made a statement saying in part, quote, "From my experience, which was so wildly different, I was absolutely shocked, confused, and upset when I heard the accusations against him. The idea that he is an incredibly violent person is the farthest thing from the Johnny that I knew and loved. I cannot wrap my head around these accusations." Ryder made a point to say her interactions with him may have been different than Heard's, but in her experience, these accusations are shocking. In at number 8, Javier Bardem. Actor Javier Bardem also spoke openly about Johnny Depp. In his statement, Bardem not only supported Depp, but took some clear digs at Amber Heard. He said, quote, "I love Johnny because he is a good human being, trapped in the lies and manipulations of toxic beings, and yet smiling and loving us all in spite of it. How? Through his music, through his acting, through his silence. This means a lot. Thank you, Johnny. Millions of others like me love you deeply." Bardem did not only want to share how loving and caring that Johnny Depp is as a person, he also wanted to add that Depp is trapped in the lies and manipulations of toxic beings. It doesn't take much to put 2 and 2 together. Clearly the toxic being he's referring to is none other than Amber Heard. In at number 7, Penelope Cruz. Another star who came to Depp's side as a character witness was Penelope Cruz. Cruz and Depp have never had a romantic relationship, but they have worked alongside each other so much that Cruz felt she had a good enough opinion of him to share. In her statement at the time, Cruz wrote, quote, "I've seen Johnny in so many situations and he's always kind to everyone around. He's one of the most generous people I know. During 6 months of my first pregnancy, I spent every single day with him while we shot Pirates of the Caribbean. My husband and I will never forget the sweetness, protection, and kindness that he treated me with every single step of that process." In at number 6, Vanessa Paradis. Johnny's ex-wife, Vanessa Paradis, who he has a good relationship with, also came forward to defend him. Depp and the French star met on the set of Roman Polanski's film The Ninth Gate and were together for around 14 years from 1998 to 2012. During their time together, the couple had 2 children, but never decided to get married. During the allegations, Paradis said, quote, "Through all these years, I've known Johnny to be a kind, attentive, generous, and non-violent person and father. I'm aware of the allegations which Amber Heard has publicly accused Johnny of for more than 4 years now. This is nothing like the true Johnny that I have known, and from my personal experience of many years, I can say he was never violent to me." Halfway number 5, Sia. Sia is another star who publicly came out in support of Depp and against Amber Heard. Sia does not seem to have any close connection to either star. However, based on what she's seen, she believes that Johnny is innocent. Sia posted to Twitter in October of 2020, saying, quote, "Just showing my public support for Johnny Depp. I mean, I'd love him to get clean and stop with the jewelry, but he is clearly the victim after hearing those tapes." Sia also called out Elon Musk, who was in a relationship with Heard at the time. Sia accused Musk of giving Heard the $7 million that she donated after winning her divorce lawsuit. Heard initially claimed that she would donate whatever money she made from the divorce, but when she ended up pocketing it instead, Elon came to her rescue with the money. And at number 4, J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling got in some hot water after she decided to cast Depp as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts franchise. At the time of the casting, Heard had just come out with her accusations, and all of Hollywood was turning on him. However, Rowling defended her choice and chose to stand by Depp. She said in a statement, quote, "For me personally, the inability to speak openly to fans about this issue has been difficult. However, the agreements that have been put in place to protect the privacy of 2 people, both of whom have expressed a desire to get on with their lives, must be respected. Based on our understanding of the circumstances, the filmmakers and I are not only comfortable sticking with our original casting, but genuinely happy to have Johnny playing a major character in the movie." So here Rowling makes it seem like she knows more of what's happened behind the scenes and believes Depp over Heard. In at number 3, Kate James. Kate James, Amber Heard's former personal assistant, has been a key witness in the defense of Johnny Depp. James testified in court that she never saw Johnny get physical with Heard. James also shared some interactions with Heard where Heard was violent with her. Apparently once when the assistant asked for a raise, Heard spit in her face. James also testified that Heard would get into fits of rage and send angry text messages into the very early hours. James also testified that Heard was rarely sober and was generally under the influence of something that affected her cognitive abilities. When speaking about Depp's demeanor, Kate James said only good things, describing the actor as, quote, shy like a total southern gentleman, supporting all the other witness statements that describe him as nothing but a good man. And at number 2, Doug Stanhope. Back when Johnny Depp was being attacked by the media, he was not able to defend himself because he was in the middle of some lawsuits, so his good friend Doug Stanhope came to his defense. Stanhope published a piece online detailing all of Amber's manipulative lies and stated that Amber was making all these false allegations for monetary gain. He said in the essay that he knew that Amber planned to, quote, blackmail his friend, adding, quote, we watched her manipulate and mess with him for years. We didn't say a word. To each other, yes, but never to him. Apparently, Depp even told Stanhope that Heard was threatening to lie about him publicly in any and every way if he didn't agree to her terms. Doug and his friends believe that Heard is a very good actor who seems like a different person to the public. And finally, number 1, David Yates. In the midst of J.K. Rowling's backlash for the casting of Fantastic Beasts, the director of the franchise, David Yates, also chimed in to defend Depp. He said in a statement at the time, quote, honestly, there's an issue at the moment where there's a lot of people being accused of things. They're being accused by multiple people and it's compelling and frightening. With Johnny, it seems to me that there was one person who took a pop at him and claimed something. I can only ever tell you about the man I see every day. He's full of decency and kindness, and that's all I see. Whatever accusation was out there doesn't tally with the kind of human being that I've been working with. So here it seems that Yates compared the accusations against Depp to other Hollywood men like Weinstein and Spacey, who had multiple people come out against them, insinuating that since only one woman has spoken badly about Johnny Depp, there's a chance this one person is lying, aka Amber.